What is up, guys? Today is Thursday, November 21st. We ended up with a nice green day today. I actually took 3 trades today, so I usually take only 2, but the reason why I took 3 was just mainly because overall, my first 2 trades that I took, my loss was only the 0.5% that I risked per day. So I gave myself one more opportunity to try to, counting those 2 trades as one, since it only was really 0.5% total. And then I took that third trade, and counted it as a second trade. And that one actually ended up making money and making back the loss plus some more today. So going into today, it was pretty tricky. Overall, I was kind of bearish. I wanted to see how price was going to react to this 4-hour imbalance right here at 10 o'clock. If we were going to end up opening below that, which then I would consider going short, targeting this level right there. As you can see, I had an alert there. Let me delete that right now. And this draw on liquidity right there. I wanted to see price open, go higher, and then go low and close to take out these levels of liquidity right there, which unfortunately we didn't get, right? So that was on the 4-hour chart, because really overall price has just been kind of in this range for this entire time, and it keeps respecting the overall structure, which is a downshift structure right here. At first it looked like it was just a retracement, then it's creating these higher lows, yes, but I figured it swept that high with news, and then it started to come on down, and I figured, okay, yeah, that's such a strong push down, there's no way it'll go back up. I'd be surprised if it does. And lo and behold, that's what price wanted to do. So I just reacted accordingly to how price was moving. On the 1-hour chart, the thing that I wanted to see as well to confirm that bearishness was the fact that we get a 1-hour close below this bullish imbalance, right? That should hold price up. But price comes down, closes below it. So I'm like, okay, great. 10 o'clock, we're below that bearish imbalance in the 4-hour. The 1-hour close below this bullish imbalance. I believe we're going to end up continuing on lower. So that was the basis on my first trade. And then on the 15-minute time frame, I just wanted to see how price was acting. And I also noted here this bullish imbalance on the 15-minute time frame. Another 15-minute candle closure below at 10 o'clock. So I was like, okay, perfect. I got all the confluences now to go short. I have no reason to go long. Every single time frame is disrespecting any kind of level of support. So my first trade was actually, I kind of was a little late on it, was the fact that price, came back up, started to come back down, came back up, created a lower high, and we have lower lows. So that looks good, looks great. Now the trade that I should have probably taken was this one here, but I unfortunately was busy. I was doing some other things at the same time, and I missed this trade targeting the low of day. That would have been a 1 to 3. Now this trade was perfect. I should have taken that, but I didn't, unfortunately. It retraced into the inversion of that 1-hour FEG as well, I believe. I think that's what that blue box is, or at least the inversion of something. Yeah, that 15-minute bullish imbalance becoming bearish IFEG. It tapped into that, created a 1-minute inversion fair value gap right here. So I should have taken this trade here. I should have entered in this area, put my stop above that high, and then price starts to come on down. Now I waited for really this imbalance to get created, to become inverted. Price continues to drop on down further, and I noted, okay, yeah, at this point there's 1, 2, and this third imbalance right here failed to hold us at least the 50% mark. So I market ordered in. It was only 1 contract. I really was not risking that much. I think it was about less than $200 on this one. So I let that one ride and go all the way to my stop. But the reason why I did that was because, well, we had, these areas where price was coming down, started to create that lower high, and I walked away from my computer again, and unfortunately price started to come back up here. And then once price started to just displace higher, I was in this area here where I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take it. I'm gonna take it off. But I was too late to that because obviously it went and hit my full stop, which is fine. I wasn't too mad about that. I was like, okay, it's unfortunate. It's crazy now in hindsight. This was really the trade I should have taken. All the confluences were there, but really what it was is, and I was so confident because, you know, we had 10 o'clock open here, accumulation. It looked like it was manipulation up and distribution down. I figured that was what was going to happen, but I was just too late to the entry. It is what it is. So I waited to see what price was going to do after. Then price continues to consolidate in this area, moves on up, and I was waiting for it to tap into this 15-minute bearish imbalance, right? This 15-minute fair value gap. And I wanted to see a strong reaction off of that, which we got, right? We do get a big move down and then starts to come right back up. And again, on this trade, I am late because I was busy doing stuff at the same time, which has been the bane of my existence these last couple of days. But regardless, right, here is where the ideal entry would have been, right? A nice rejection off of that 15-minute imbalance, comes up into this 1-minute imbalance to act as resistance, creates an inversion on this one. So many confluences to go short. Could have entered here and then put my stop above that swing high. And I could have honestly targeted this swing low to a 1.4 risk to reward. And if I wanted to just target a 1 to 2, it would have been right there or the bottom of that. And then runners potentially down to this area right here. That would have been a 1 to 3, right? This level, or a little more actually. So again, missing that fill and hesitating, obviously, messed me up. So I got in late on this one, entered in there, and I put my stop. Actually, my stop was up here, and I closed this one early just because of the fact that we did not hold this. I wrote that here too. Needs to hold or I close. The minute that we get that 1-minute closure above, I take my position off right there. And I also did size in too much. I bought one contract too many, and so I took it off right here, which brought me back some profit. And then closing out early, I didn't have that much of a loss. And so that was why I was only down as if I only took one trade, right? This one was lighter than usual. And then this one I went in too much, sold one in profit, and the rest I closed out early. So overall, I just said, okay, I only have essentially one trade done. Now, the next trade that I was looking at was the fact that, okay, we had this 1-minute bearish imbalance. Obviously, at this point, price is not trying to go down. So why am I going to keep shorting? We had not one, not two, but 3 attempts to go lower, but they all failed, right? We did go lower and lower, but there was no continuation. We came back up. We had that break of structure right there. Price retraces down into this area, which is a 5-minute imbalance as well. It held a couple times. Let's actually mark that out so you can see that. We have a 5-minute FEG right there. And you see how price is holding that so nicely? I had no reason to go short. The only reason I would go short is if this imbalance right here, this 5-minute FEG does not hold. And if it doesn't, then I can look for a short entry. But why am I going to fight the trend? I used to do that and I would get burned every single time. And so this time I said, all right, if we get a 1-minute close above this imbalance right here that has already held price down once, it's gonna, and if it fails, it's gonna continue going higher. And so I decided whatever the latest swing low that we have off of that entry is going to be my stop loss. So I entered in here once we got this 1-minute candle closure above it, slightly above it. I entered in on the next candle, put my stop below this swing low, and then I took the majority of my profits off here near a 1 to 2. And then price shot right up so drastically. And in the past, when I've seen price do that, it sometimes does that and then comes right back down crashing. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take the rest of my position off. I'm going to leave my runners off. And I'm glad I did because it didn't really go much after that. I was going to see if I can hold my runner to this last take profit right there. But I mean, at most, it would have gotten all the way up here. So not too bad in terms of a difference. I mean, what, probably another $50 or maybe $100. But I'm not sweating it at all. And so, yeah, I came out green. That's all I care about. And then in the PM session, I was looking at these. I was, what do they call it? Tape reading this. So here, another 1-minute imbalance gets inverted. Enter here, target a 1 to 2. it got hit. Same thing here, 1 minute imbalance, enter here, target a 1 to 2. That also hit literally right to the tick. So some good setups, lots of good setups. I missed 2 good short entries. All right, I missed a good short entry. Where was it? Right here. And another one right here, and I got in late. And that's why it's important to not hesitate on your entries. You should just go right in. You see the setup, it's following your analysis, go for it. Don't be afraid, just do it. And so that was my downfall. I did not take it, and then when I saw it, I kind of hesitated sometimes, right? Late entry. I did come when the candle was right here, and I was like, oh, we'll see. And then I entered in late, and that honestly messed me up. I could have been done with this one trade here today. This one right there. I would have been done for the day. And it's a 1 to 3, so perfect. But yeah, guys, hopefully you ended up green. You know, it's definitely possible to still come back. I took 2 losses, and I still came out green today. That's good risk management, right? So yeah, like I said, hopefully you guys ended up green, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. Tomorrow is Friday. It's Capital Preservation Friday. And yeah, let's not give back our week's profit, guys. All right, catch you later. Peace.